What's good, hot shot? Sweat with MJ here, back at it with another video. And today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to get in shape and stay that way. So how to get lean. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the method I'm gonna be introducing, y'all probably heard of it. It's a bulk and cutting cycle. So basically, you bulk for 2 weeks, cut for 2 weeks. Or if you're bigger, you could do the cutting for 4 weeks, do the bulking for 2 weeks, and vice versa if you're somebody that wants to put on muscle. So whichever one you want to start off with depends on your body composition. If you're bigger, start off with the cutting first. If you're smaller and you want to put on muscle, start off with the bulking first. First thing I'm gonna start off with is your cutting phase week 1. So with your cutting phase week 1, get you a TDEE calculator. Search it up on Google. So all the TDEE calculator is gonna do is tell you your maintenance amount of calories that you're supposed to be eating to basically survive and be at that body weight that you're at. When you get that, slash your calories by 20%. That's what you need to be doing for the first week of your cut. 20%. Do not try to slash your calories by a huge amount. Don't try to do it in half because that's just going to lead to a crash diet. You're going to hit a plateau and stop burning the amount of fat that you desire because your body is in starvation mode. That's just what happens. When you slash it too far, your body hits a plateau. So avoid doing this and cut slowly. Just say your TDE calculator says 3,000 calories, which it probably won't. Just an example. 3,000 calories. You need to slash that by 20%, making it 2,400 calories that you're consuming. So consuming 2,400 calories on a day-to-day basis and basically just burn more than that. But if you're consuming 2,400 calories, you need to be burning more than that, which is like 2,800, 2,900 calories. If you're somebody that's finding this cutting not working too fast enough, try 4 weeks instead of 2 weeks. Try the 4 weeks of cutting and then the 2 weeks of bulking instead of 2 and 2 until you get to your desired body weight, and then just start bulking and cutting cycling. Moving on to cutting phase week 2. This your second week, so you want to slash your calories by just a little bit more. So we're going 25% instead of 20%. So 3,000 is still the example. Minus 25% is 2,250 calories. So right here, it gets a bit stressful. That's why we only doing it for this one last week. After this, you bumping it up to the bulking, but we're gonna get into that further into the video. Gradually decreasing your calorie intake, you're increasing your metabolism as a result. So you just wanna do this slowly. You don't wanna do a quick jump. A lot of people try to take a big leap, and that's why they fail. Also want to mention this, a very important key during your cutting phases. High protein intake. You need to be getting as much protein as possible to minimize muscle loss. Because when you're cutting, believe it or not, you're going to lose a little bit of muscle. You need to be getting at least 1.5 to 2 grams per body weight when you're cutting. So your protein intake needs to be extremely high when you're cutting. Now we're going to move on to your bulking phase week 1. Bulking. You want to put on some muscle right now. 3,000 calories is your maintenance. You want to up that plus 25%. That's going to lead you to 3,600 calories. That's what you need to be consuming on a day-to-day basis. Just a slight bulk. Slight bulk. Bulking phase, a lot of people think that means just eat any and everything. That's not the case at all. That's how you put on excess fat that you don't need. But believe it or not, doing a lean bulk, whatever type of bulk, dirty bulk, you're gonna have a little bit of fat on you. That's just a part of the bulking process. That's how it goes, bro. So to minimize you putting on too much fat, just basically don't eat the bullshit. You know, don't that don't mean just because you're bulking don't mean eating ice cream, cake, and all that 24/7. That's never the case. That's when you implement your bagels, you know, your oatmeal. You can eat oatmeal when you're cutting, but I'm saying oatmeal, things high in carbs. You need to be putting more carbs into your diet and slow up your protein intake. Not saying drop it at all. You still need to be getting at least 1 gram per body weight when you bulking because your lean body mass is higher. So that means you don't need to be getting as much protein as you would be when you're cutting. So the protein intake levels change when you're bulking and cutting. Moving on to bulking week 2. This when you up it a little bit more. Not saying eat the BS, but you upping your calories more. So you're gonna take your body weight times that by 20. That's how many calories you need to be consuming on a day-to-day basis for this last little week. You're gonna feel like, man, I'm getting a little chubby, man. I ain't liking this. This your last week, and then you going back into the cutting cycle, bro. Just trust the process. For these 2 weeks that you're doing the bulking cycle, focus on muscle gain. Because when you're cutting, you might not feel as strong as you were during the bulking phase. So during the bulking phase, take advantage of these because you have more calories in your body and more carbs to push you through your workout. Take advantage of this. Try to go as heavy as possible, not ego lift, but try to go as heavy as possible, as you should when you're cutting, but you're not able to. Go as heavy as possible if you can. So that's my best way of getting lean without getting too fat and without losing all your muscles. Just bulk and cut and cycle. Takes a little bit longer, but it's worth it. Better than looking crappy all one part of the year and then looking good for a small percentage of the year. If all this information that I gave you does not help, come back to the video. Let me know about it. Flame me. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Tell your friends about me. I'm out.